Hello, Vivian. Do you have any question? I couldn't hear you. Hello, Busra. Are you there? Okay. Okay, let me move to the book. So this is our book. We are on chapter 5. So this is our chapter, and you see that we have covered the whole chapter in this journal entry, which is given in chapter 11 for some reason, but I have explained it here because it's very much related to this. This book is little bit like here and there things are there. Okay, so in this place, the telephone and accrued expense has been shown. So you see that in this only the accrued expense at the end is given, nothing else is there. So it's fine. There was accrued expense at the end of the year. So it's a liability. So we made a telephone expense account, and also we made accrued expense account. So it is showing into the telephone. What it is showing you, like telephone expense balance brought down. So balance brought down means the opening prepaid expense was there, and then we had accrued expense at the end of the year as well, 100. So in the statement of P&L we will be showing 600 pounds. Okay, so why this is balance brought down? It is a opening prepaid, like in the year 2004, it might have been already paid. So that expense, we did the adjustment there. So now it has come here as balance brought down in this year. It could have been on 1st of January. It's like not good to write 31st December. It is confusing. So we generally do it on the 1st of January itself. Some people do just at the end of the year. They do not do the reversal on the first day, and then they just do on the end of the every year. But it is a good practice to do reversal in the beginning. So the best practice would have been to put it as 1st of January, balance brought down. So it means this amount was paid in the previous year. So we brought this in here by reversing. By reversing this here, we brought this figure in this account. And in the end, there was a accrued expense liability as well. So this was related to this year, and which was paid in 2003. And this is related to this year, but has not been paid. So it means total expense related to this year is 600 pounds. While how the accrued expense looks like that, in here we say this entry is coming from this one, 100 pound. 100 pound. In this year we like created an accrual adjustment. So we said telephone debit and accrued expense credit. All right, and then this figure is at the end of the year. This is shown as balance brought down. Well, for you not to be confused, just remember those 4 entries and you will see that you are putting on the, if in the exam you're given the days, you will be able to make out the accounts. So I will go back direct to the extended trial balance. Extended trial balance, somehow this does not show very big, but if you have, everyone has the book, so please look in your book and look into the book, these shaded parts. So how we show the adjustment in the extended trial balance. So here it shows 75 pound wages. Wages credit. Wages are credited. Wages is an expense account, but we credited, right? And here we have done prepayment debit. Why we have credited? Because it was prepayment. We want to deduct. We have paid 750 pound, but out of that 75 was prepayment for the next year. So we deducted this by crediting in the adjustment box. When we credited wages prepaid, and prepaid account, prepayment account is debited. So in the exam, you will have this trial balance, everything there, and these will also be written here. You will have to simply put the figures on the right side. If and this, like, it will be given in the notes that 75 pound is a prepayment. So we will know that, okay, it is prepayment. So I need to deduct this from the expense and put into the prepayment. So what will be the impact of this 75 pound debit and credit here? When we have credited here, the statement of financial position will automatically show the reduced figure, because 750 was debit earlier, 75 was credit. So we got here 675 net amount in debit. And here 75 pound is shown as prepayment, which is shown as asset. And another clue is, like, because it is debit in the adjustment, so it will go on to the debit side, and prepayment is an asset. Like, if you are confused, prepayment here is asset or liability, then you see that prepayment is coming into the debit side, so it should come on the asset side. All assets are on the debit side, all liabilities and capital is on the credit side. So this is how we find out 75 pound, where will be debit and where will be credit, and what will be the impact on profit or loss, and what will be the impact on financial position. Another adjustment is shown in this example is 100 pound debit to the telephone expense. It means this is the accrued expense. 100 pound has not yet been paid, so we have to add this. This side is debit, this side is debit, so it goes 600 in the profit or loss account. So before making this statement of financial position, and this, first of all, we sort out the adjustments. So if 100 pound is debit here, it will be credit somewhere, and what will be that? Accrual. So once we have put debit credit here both sides, then we see what is the impact going on P&L or financial position. 100 pound is here debit, so it has made 500 debit plus 100 debit makes 600 debit. And here it is in credit accrual, so it becomes a liability. The rest is same. So I repeat the process how we made extended trial balance. We copied the trial balance here. Then we did adjustments. Then we noted that all these totals were matching. Debit credits matching. Then we calculated the profit or loss from these two columns. Credit side was showing income. So we put the balance on the shorter side. Income is more, credit side is more. So it shows us profit. So we put the profit and total here. Then we put the same figure of profit or loss to financial position. If it is debit, it will be credit here. If it is credit here, then debit here. In this case, it is debit, so we credit it here. Then we add up these two sides and see that it should be matching. If it is matching, it means all your calculations are correct. Otherwise, you will have to find out the error. Any questions in this? If not, then let's go to the next. So in your exam, you may be asked for the journal entries, as I said. Also, you may be asked like in the extended trial balance as we did on this previous page. Sometimes there may be an adjustment for private expense, like if the owner has done drawings, like or owner has paid telephone bill from the company's account. So what we do, we credit the telephone because that is not related to the business. Basically, we reduce the telephone because if you paid like 13,000 pound this month in the telephone and £1,000 you think was related to the owner's own house. So we should deduct that and credit telephone expense. And the debit goes to drawing account. And so now I'll ask you some questions and then you will see that what is your understanding. Any questions so far? Hello, Sylvia, any questions?
Yeah, well, it's quite complicated, but I'll
Yeah. No worries. It looks complicated when you are doing the questions. You will see, oh yeah, I understand this. Because if I try to memorize all this debit credit, then it will be confusing. But if I know the understanding, then it will be easy for me. Okay, let's see in this question. So the first question, I would like Sylvia to read and tell me the answer.
Okay, wages accrued are shown as an asset on the statement of financial position, a debit balance in accrued expenses account, income on the statement of profit and loss, a credit balance in accrued expenses account. Then
Wages accrued, right?
yes, then there will be income on the statement of profit and loss.
So which one do you think is the right?
C.
A, B, C, D. A is correct or wrong? It says wages accrued are shown as an asset on the statement of financial position. Is that right?
No, wages is not asset, it's liability, that is wrong.
Yes, exactly. Wages accrued. It is a liability. So
Yes.
first is wrong. Then it says it shows a debit balance in the accrued expense account. Accrued expense is a liability. right? Accrued expense is a liability account. So in the liability, it should show in the credit side. So B is also not correct.
No, not correct. Yes.
Is it shown as income on the statement of profit or loss? No, it's not an income.
It's a credit
It's a
balance.
liability. Basically, it's a liability, isn't it? So this is also wrong. A credit balance in accrued expense account.
Yes.
Yes, because accrued expense account is a liability account. So D is the right answer. Okay, one more for you, Sylvia, then I'll go to the next student.
Rates prepaid are shown as liability on the statement of financial position. Hold on 1 second. An expense on the statement of profit or loss. A debit balance in prepaid expenses account. A credit balance in prepaid expenses account. And rate prepaid is a liability.
Rates prepaid. Rates prepaid. Rate. What is rates? It's like council tax for the business. It's an expense.
It's a liability for the business, an expense, yeah.
It's a prepayment, so it is an asset.
Oh, sorry, prepaid, yes.
Yeah. Accrued expense is a liability. We have not paid. But prepaid expense is an asset. So note it down somewhere that prepaid expense is an
The
asset.
first one is no, is not because it's not a liability. An expense on the statement of no, because it is an asset.
Yeah.
C, I'll go for C.
Yeah,
It's a
debit
debit
balance
balance
in the
in
prepaid expense.
expenses account.
And last?
Credit balance in prepaid account. I'm thinking is C.
Yeah. So what is this they are asking about? Rates prepaid account. They are not asking you the rates account. They are asking you the rates prepaid account. Okay, there's a new account. We learned that there is an accrued expense account and accrued like prepaid expense account, income account. So this is one account, rates prepaid. It is an asset account. Therefore, C is the right answer. Okay. Let's ask the next person. Thank you, Sylvia. Hello, Vivian, are you there? You people can put the question answer here. Vivian, are you there? Okay. Okay, I think she's not there. Okay, let's see the next person. All right, great, Vivian, you're there. So you're not able to talk? Do you want to read? Okay, Vivian is here and has no question, it seems. Let's go to the next person. Vivian, I can't hear you. It means that, can you see that your mic here? Can you see my screen? And you should have a microphone as well. So if you click on this and see that the settings are on, is it on? Okay, so then turn on the volume. You see this volume button? Turn on or off, more or less. Yeah, you're speaking, but we can't hear you. Is your this mic is having volume? Or you can test, like going there and speech, I think. Sorry, Vivian has like newly joined, so I'm trying to help her. And meanwhile, Busra, are you there? You people can put the answers on Q&A. Okay, let me ask questions from Vivian. Please put on Q&A. I can't hear you. So there is a question. 5.3. John Harrington runs an import-export business. Hello. John Harrington runs an import-export business. At the end of the financial year, on 31st December, the vehicle expense account is as follows. So on 31st December 2017, vehicle account shows 31st December balance brought down. It is a brought down balance. It's not carried down. It's not a closing balance. We're saying brought down means opening balance. As we said that some people may be just doing the adjustment at the end of the year. So here the clue is balance brought down. So it means the opening balance on the debit side. So if we see our table, the balance brought down, opening balance on the debit side, it shows opening prepaid amount. Okay, so so it means like if it is opening balance, obviously this will be shown as BD. So as I said, some people do adjustment at the end only, they do not do in the beginning, but it means the same. And this is brought down as well. This is closing is carried down. So this table we have to consider. Okay, so let me go to the book. Balance brought down is on the debit side. It looks like prepaid expense. Okay, so then it says John Harrington tells you that 25% of the vehicle expense represents his private motoring expense. He asks you to transfer the amount to his drawing account before transferring the remainder to the statement of P&L. Show the vehicle expense account after these transactions have been entered. As I just explained earlier, that sometimes you may see that this expense is showing you the amount paid for private purpose generally by the owner. So 25% of this is drawings. So we have to take out this amount 25% from the vehicle expense account, because vehicle expense shows the business vehicle expense account. So for the business purpose, whatever is spent, that only should be visible. So 25% of this should be credited here as drawings. Okay, 25% of this is, you have to just divide it by 4, is 420 pounds. So it will show into the credit side, and balance will go to the P&L account. So how I can show you is, in the answer, in the answer you see 1680 is here and drawings 420 has been put on the credit side, and the balance will be going to the P&L account. Are you aware that all the income and expenses account, the figures are transferred to statement of profit or loss account, because this is the figure that is going to show the actual vehicle expense account related to the year, and this will be used to calculate profit or loss account. Any question on this? You people, please unmute your mic one at a time, so that you look like participating in the class. Ivona, Busra, would you like to read the question? So you can unmute your mic. Or we will just go with others. If you have any question, then you can bring to the Q&A box. Okay, so next question. We go back to, this is page number 245.
78.
Yeah, so we have to go back to the page number. This chapter is very important. Okay, here. So we did question number 5.3, 5.4. Can you read that?
Yeah, shall I read?
Yeah, you can read that. Yeah.
Explain how the following would be dealt with in the statement of profit or loss and the statement of financial position of a business with the financial year end of 31st December
2001 or 2011, whatever you can say.
Yeah. A is wages and salaries paid to 31st December 2001 amount to 55,640 pounds. However, at that date, £1,120 is owing. This amount is paid on 4th January 2002.
2012. Let's say 2011 and 2012. Yeah.
Okay, 11 and 12.
Okay, yeah. So it
So-
says wages and salaries paid on 31st December were 55,640. We paid
Yeah.
during the year. Okay. However, at that date, 1120 was still owing. So it is due.
So it's
but
the
not
accrual.
paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is an accrual, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
Mhm.
So what we should do, how much is the amount paid for 31st December? Like how much is the amount due on 31st December? So what should we do? Should we add this in this or what should we do?
So it's due. So it should be deducted.
Wages and salary paid. We paid 55,640, but we found that 1,120 was
1,000 is left to pay.
still
Yeah,
due.
is due.
It was paid on 4th January. It was paid
4th
later.
January.
Yeah.
So
But
for
our year is 31st December 2001. So
Yeah.
what should we do? We should, for the financial position, should we add or deduct?
we will deduct because we haven't paid. So it's
We
going to
haven't.
pay it next year.
Okay. The figures we paid before 31st December. We paid 55,640 from the bank.
Yeah.
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 So wages debit, bank credit. Yeah. 55,000 was
Just
paid.
debit. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we didn't pay 1,120 on 31st December. We want to know how much was like figure for 31st December. We will add this because this is accrued expense at the end.
Yeah.
If we see the journal entry for the accrued expense, we said expense debit, accrued expense credit. So for this year, what we will do, we will debit this 1120 in the statement of financial position and credit 1120 in the financial position. So what this knowledge is coming to the extended trial balance. Let's see the question again. Explain how the following would be dealt with in the statement of profit or loss and statement of financial position of business with a financial year ending 2011. So we have to find out the figure for 31st December 2011. In this, we know that this figure is already in the account. We paid it.
Yeah.
But this figure we have not paid, but it was due to be paid till 31st December. So for statement of financial position, we will have to add this figure in 55,640. So this figure will be 1,120 will be debited to P&L account. Okay. And credited as a liability in the statement of financial position. Yeah. So in the answer it says expenses in the statement of P&L account of 56,740. So it will add up. In the P&L account, we will show 55,640 plus 1120, which is 56,760. And statement of financial position will show 1120 as liability.
Yeah.
We understand the answer. Answer says that in the statement of profit or loss, we should show 56,760. And in the financial position, we should show 1120 as liability. Okay. So next question, let's see. Can you read this?
Yeah. Rates totaling £3,565 have been paid to cover the period 1st January 2001 to 31st March 2002. Oh, sorry,
2020.
11 and 12. 11 and 12, yeah.
So this race is showing us for 1st January to 31st March next year. It means how many months? How many months are there?
3 months.
15 months, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let I show you here on my board. So we are doing accrual and prepayment. So here is 1st January 2011 to 31st December 2011. This is our year.
Okay, yeah.
In the 12 months, but the rates, yeah, they are we are talking about rates, right? They are rates, yeah. So the rates of 3, 5,
These are the 15 months then, 1 year, because it
2,
started from
5,
2005.
are for 15 months.
Yeah, 15
But
months.
as per accrual concept, we have to just show the 12 months figure in the account. All right. So what we do that we will find out 3 months, which is prepayment. So here 3 months prepayment.
Yeah.
So we have to divide it by 15.
15. Yeah.
And times it by 12 or times it by 3, because this 3565 by 15, it will show us 1 month rent,
1 month, yeah, and times by
which is
3.
I can show you like this. This is 3235.667 and then times it by 3. It doesn't take it like this. So it is 713 pound. Okay. And what is this? The prepayment. We paid for 15 months. So in the P&L account, SOPL, which is statement of profit or loss, we will show the figure 3565 minus 713. So it is additionally paid. And statement of financial position will show 713
No, sorry. That's not
as an asset.
Asset because it's already paid.
As an asset on debit side. Yeah. This is how we will show. This will be P&L account also 2852. It will be also on debit in the profit and loss because we have credited this figure, right? So net figure 2852 will be in the statement of profit and loss account on debit side. This is the impact is 713. Here it is crediting and here it is debiting. So in the adjustment, we have to P&L, we have to do credit for 713 here and this is debit here. So in exam, like this type of statements are not asked, but this is just for the our practice. Okay, next question.
A computer is rented at a cost of £150 per month. The rental for January 2012 was paid in December 2011 and is included in the total payments during 2011, which amount to £1,950.
Okay, now the question says that we paid during the year, how much we have paid during the year? The rental cost was 150 per month.
150 per month.
And rental for January 2012, which is for the next year. This January 2012 is not related to this year, but we paid the rental for this in December this year.
2000.
So we paid in advance.
Yeah, 150 in advance.
150 paid in advance, and it's included in the total payment, which was 1950. So we paid 1950, but in this 150 is related to the next year. So it is payment in advance, prepayment. If we look on 31st December 2011, this 150 is prepayment, right? So in the statement of profit or loss, we should deduct this, because this is related to the next year. 150 we will deduct from 1950.
1800.
1800 will show in statement of P&L, and in the financial position will show 150 as asset, like prepayment. So we look into the answer. This is what has been said. If you have the book, you can see the answer on page number 245. Was it 245?
Yeah.
No. Answers are here. Expenses in the statement of P&L account of 1800, because we deducted 150, and statement of financial position shows prepayment of 150. This is how the statement is written. But as I said, in the exam we do not get statements. It may be like right or wrong we will have to do, or we will have to do this kind of accounts. Let's see the next question, which is exam type.
It's 5.5.
Yeah, 5.5. Let's see anyone else
Okay.
on the line. Long question. So this is type of a question which you will 100% get in exam. So is there anyone to read on this question? Sylvia, would you like to read it? Or Vivian, is your mic on now? Hello, Vivian, can you speak now? People have. Hello, Sylvia, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let's do the next question. This is important one. So 5.5, can you read this?
Yeah, the activity is about accounting for accruals and prepayments and preparing a trial balance. You are working on the accounts of a business for the year ended 31st of March 2007. In this activity, you can ignore VAT. You have the following information. A balance as of 1st of April 2006. Accruals for rent paid, 750. Prepayments for administration expense, 250. The bank summary here shows payments for rent of 11,150 included in the figures as 2,250 for the quarter ended 31st of 2007.
May. Okay. So what we have to do?
Then we have to prepare
Mhm.
a trial balance.
No, we have to prepare the rent paid account for the year ended 31st March and close it off by showing the transfer to statement of P&L account, right? We have to
Yeah.
prepare this account. This is the one for which I showed you the table, okay? So this is rent paid is an expense account. So we have to follow the draft expense account.
Yeah.
So I show you once again that picture. It's a rent paid account. It's an expense account. Mhm. So you can draw in your notebook if you like. Just or I should copy that. Mhm. So we are saying accrual on the on the credit side. So how I remember this is you can also use the same. I say that okay, accrual is a accrual comes on the credit side, opening accrual. So closing accrual comes on the debit side. So it's like cross. Okay, and similarly because opening accrual is here, so opening prepayment goes on the other side, and this is again a cross. So I just remember one that, okay, I know opening accrual comes on the credit side. Then I remember all.
Yeah.
Okay. So rent prepayment. Let's see what is given to us. This activity is about accounting for accrual and prepayment. You are working on accounts of a business for the year ended 31st March 2007. In this activity, you can ignore VAT. You have the following information. Accrual for rent paid is 750. So this is the year ended is 31st March 2007. So it means year starts from 1st April 2006. It means this is the opening balance
Of 1 year. Yeah. Opening balance.
opening balance of rent. Right now we are just preparing rent account. So forget the administration. Rent account is 750 opening balance. Opening accrual should go on the credit side. This is what we learned, right? So it
Yes.
should come on the credit side. Let me uh, doesn't come. It doesn't come like that. No worries. So like this is an account, okay? And if I have to prepare more, I can prepare more. So this is a rent paid account. So here I'm given the accrued balance on the opening date, right? 1st April 2007.
07.
07. Yeah. So here
This is closed.
we have the accrual amount. So it is opening balance, or we can say balance brought down. Okay. In the exam, you will have to use drop down and find exact wordings. It may be opening accrual or balance brought down. So this figure is here. How much? 750. Yeah.
Yes.
And then we are given other things.
The prepayment of administration expenses.
Okay, yeah, you can read that. Now it becomes small. Okay.
Prepayment of administration expenses, 250.
This is an pre-administration expense. We'll deal with this later. Let's first deal with the rent. Rent is 750 here. The bank summary for the year shows payment for the rent 11,250. So this figure is coming from the bank. So it means rent would be showing here in the debit side bank. Bank account would be 11,250. Okay. Then included in this figure is 2250 for the quarter ended May 2007. Year ended on March 2007. It means it has got some figure paid in advance, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the year, there is some advance payment of 2250. So this is basically closing balance brought down, closing prepayment. At the end of the year, there is prepayment of 2250. Right? So we learned that the opening accrual comes here and closing accrual comes on the debit side. While opening prepayment comes on the debit and closing prepayment comes on the credit. It means the prepayment is coming on the credit side.
Yeah, it's an asset.
Prepaid account, prepaid expense account is 2250. Right now we got these two figures. This figure is on 31st March 2008.
No, that was
No,
2000.
we are saying this is wrong. This is 6. This is 6 and this is 7. This is 1st April 2006. Right? So here, 31st March 2007, prepaid expenses 2250. 2250. Yeah. This is our account. Okay. Now we have to see in this what is the balance going to P&L account, because this is our account we have prepared. So if we close this down, then we will be totaling this up, and here total will say come to 11250, because this side is more, and we will put here also 11250. So the balancing figure will be going to the P&L account. So here we can say 31st March statement of P&L account. It will show the balancing figure, which will be, how much will that be? Can you calculate how much will it come, Sylvia?
Yeah. Will be 3,000.
Will be?
Sorry. 8,250.
I guess it is 9,000. Oh, sorry. I'm again sorry. Yeah, prepaid expense. Let's see. We have made a mistake.
No.
Okay. Here is said that 2250 is for the quarter ended 31st March. So what does it mean quarter? Which months are they? If quarter ended 31st March, what months are they?
It says May. 31st of May.
Yes, 31st May. So in this quarter, we have 3 months, which are March,
April and May.
April, and May. All 2007.
And we have to divide it by 3.
Yeah,
Find
because
how much would be just March.
March is related to the year, right? So these two only are the prepayments. These 2 months are prepayments, right? So there is 2 months prepayment, which will be calculated as 2250 divided by 3 times 2. 1,500 pounds. So here we said 1,500 pounds is additionally paid. So this calculation of figure is what we have to find out, and then the balance will be going to the P&L account. Now how much it comes?
9,000.
Exactly. So in exam, you may have to find out these figures. This is your answer. Yeah, you have to pay attention to each and every detail. Okay. Let's try one more question. The next question. We'll do here. I'm trying to make an account. Yeah, this is our account. And now the next question is about the prepayment of administration expense, right? And we have to put it into this figure. So for this
administration expense.
Yeah. So here we are given prepayment of administration expense. So this is administration expense. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So in administration expense, we are given prepayment on the opening date. So should it come on the debit side or credit side?
Yeah, will be on will be on a credit side because it's payment.
Opening liability comes on the credit side. Okay.
Yeah, would be 1st April 2006.
Again, see this chart. The opening prepayment comes on the debit side. Yeah. Remember this chart. Opening accrual on the credit, opening prepayment on the debit. So we put on the debit side 1st April 2006. Prepayment amount is balance brought down. So in your exam, you will have to, from the drop down menu, you will have to select it.
Yeah, 250.
Yeah. And then more information is given here. The bank summary for the year shows payment of administration expense 10,400. So during the year we paid 10,400. So where should I put? Where should I put bank expense debit to bank? So it will be during the year. So we don't have the date, but we can just put the bank account. It is 10,400. 10,400 should come on the debit side. Why is it? Okay, it should go like this. Okay, yes. So how much is the bank amount?
1,400.
10,400.
Yeah.
10,400. It's here. This is simple. Now, what is the further thing said? It says in April 2017, 175 was paid for administration expense incurred in March. So on March, this 175 was advance or due?
Was the due payment.
Yeah, due to be paid. It was a accrued expense.
Yeah.
On 31st March, there was a accrued expense of 175. So we know that the closing accrual comes on the debit side. We put accrual on the debit side in the beginning, and at the end we come on the credit side. So here we will write 31st March 2007. We have balance carried down. How much?
175.
$175. Right. Now we have to find out the total, how much it will go to the P&L account. So we total this account, that's it. So total, if we do this, then we'll find that this total, can you check how much?
11,275.
No, 250 plus 10,400 plus 175.
Yeah, will be. Hold on a second.
No, yes. Is it 10,825?
Sorry, 10,825.
Yeah. And the then we put the same figure here to close this account.
Yeah, then which will be close account 31st of March 2007.
And we will show there that we can put anywhere statement of, we can put on any of the line. We can put anywhere statement of P&L account will be the same figure. 10,825 is the answer. So this kind of account you will have to prepare. So get ready with that. Okay, let's see the next question. This is 100% in the exam. So carry on reading.
Wonderful. Oh, I can't see very well.
Okay, you don't have the book?
No, I bought the wrong books. Somehow I managed to buy Kaplan instead of Osborne books. Then I paid quite a lot of money on that Kaplan books. They are very similar, but it's not exactly the same as like on the exercises one.
Okay, try to return them.
Okay, you have the following extract of balances from the general ledger. Using your answers to A and B and the figures given below, enter amounts in the appropriate debit and credit column of the account shown. Do not enter zeros in unused column cells. extract from the trial balance as at 31st of March 2007.
Yeah, so this is a trial balance. We have to show that what will go into debit, what will go into the credit, right? So
Yeah.
we calculated accrued expense. From our calculation, we had here we calculated accrued expense. What is accrued expense? This was prepaid expense and this was accrued expense at the end, 175.
Yeah, 175.
So administration expense was 175 accrued. So we'll write here accrued expense 175 in the figure here, and it will be accrued expense. Will it go to the debit or credit?
It's credit side.
Yeah, the liability. So it will come onto the credit side. Capital, we know it goes onto the credit. Discount received.
Credit.
Drawings.
Credit.
No, debit. Drawings debit.
Sorry, the liability, sorry.
Yeah.
Interest received is credit.
Yeah.
Machinery at cost, this is an asset.
Yeah.
Will be debit.
Yeah.
Prepaid expenses will
which
be...
we calculated. Prepaid expenses, this one, 1,500 pounds. So 1,500 pound will be
in debit,
on the debit side. Yeah, yes. That's it.
And sales revenue, this will be debit.
Yeah, sales revenue is credit. Sales is credit always.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is how you solve this question, and this kind of question is 100% in the exam. 5.6 is exactly like that, and I would like you to do it by yourself. And then exactly same 5.7, this is about a question to put into the extended trial balance. So this kind of question also you may get. So like last week we did the questions, the same thing, everything there. We know that sales ledger account, it goes to the financial position, right? Purchase ledger control goes to the financial position. Debit goes to the debit, credit goes to the credit. VAT goes to the financial position or profit or loss. In this, we have to prepare. In this question, we have to prepare the extended trial balance. Extended trial balance, like figures are, that format is not given here.
From the previous.
But in the exam, you will have. In the exam, you will have the extended trial balance format. There, you will just copy this trial balance as it is, and then if there is any adjustment, then we will put them. Adjustments are given here.
Okay.
So I guess we should be able to see the the book basically. If you see, okay, let me open the book as well. Oh gosh. All right. So in this we'll see the answers. You people need to be like learn the online way as well, because nowadays a lot of accounting is done online also. So see how I did that? I just put that in another browser. How bad is this showing? This is question and this is answer. This is the answer. Okay, so I will show like this only at the most. Okay, this is the best I can show. Okay, so like that, in the question, this whole trial balance is given, and we will copy as it is. Like you see the totals, and in this also you see all this total is same as it is, and these adjustments will be given to you. These like names will be given there in the exam. Okay, now what will be the question? You have to put this adjustments. Like first adjustment is closing inventory valued at 14,075. So we need to know that where will this appear. We remember from the last lesson that closing inventory is shown as adjustments like this. For P&L account, we credit, and for the financial position, we debit. And this credit side goes to the P&L, and debit side goes to the asset. So this is from the previous lesson. Today, new adjustment is about accrual and prepayment. Let's see. The adjustment is rates prepaid £250. Okay, on 31st December, end of the year, rates prepaid. So prepaid means we will have to credit rates and debit prepayment. So here you have the rates already somewhere. Here, rates, rent and rates. 250 credit here in front of this rates, and 250 debit here in the payment. What we did? Rates credit, prepayment debit. And how it will show here? Okay, first of all, let's do the adjustments. Here 250 credit and here 250 debit. The other adjustment was electricity accrued 110. So accrued means adding to the expense. So debit electricity and accrued expense credit, which is liability. So here electricity we debited here and credited the accrual, but here it is showing you 475. Where is 365 coming from? This is coming from here. Two expenses are put in, added up in one box, because in exam or in practically you will have one box. So it 475 includes 110 from here, and let's see what is 365. Salaries accrued 365. So again, salaries debit and accrued credit. So 365 debit against salaries and 365 credit for accruals. This is how we got these figures. Then we just total up all these and we see that this is both matching. Then we go one by one to statement of P&L account. So we see here sales ledger. Where should it go? Sylvia, should it go to P&L or statement of financial position?
Sales in
Sales ledger, sales ledger.
The first one. Sorry, I can't see very well that one. Statement of financial position.
Yeah, financial position. Okay, let me make it a little bit more bigger. Right. Now it's better, yeah. So first figure went to the statement of financial position on the debit side, because here it is debit, so it is debit as well here. Purchase ledger control account goes to financial position. Yeah. VAT goes to
Financial position.
is here. Then capital
Financial position.
goes here.
Credit.
Bank goes to
Financial position.
yeah, because it is credit, so it comes credit as well. All these figures debit to the debit, credit to the credit. Okay, so rent and rates is one figure is in debit and one figure is in credit. So we take the net figure and put on the debit because debit is bigger. Yeah, and this is going to the P&L, rent and rates. Electricity, debit added up and put into the debit of P&L. Yes, are you okay?
Yeah.
Telephone, debit goes to debit of P&L, expense. Salaries, expense. Debit, add up, put into the P&L. Vehicle at cost.
We add that because it's a liability, yeah?
What? Salaries?
Yeah.
That we already sorted in adjustment. Now, when we are putting into the P&L and financial position, just adjust these figures. Salaries, debit, add up. And it's going to the P&L. Vehicle at cost is an asset. So it is in financial position. Vehicle expenses is expense. So it is in the P&L debit. Drawings, it will go to the financial position on the debit. Discount allowed, debit, so it goes to P&L. Expense, discount received is income, so in the P&L credit. Purchases on the debit side, P&L. Sales revenue, income on the credit side, P&L. Opening inventory always goes to the debit of P&L. This we learned last week. Then here closing inventory, P&L goes to P&L. The financial position figure goes to financial position. If it is on credit, then it goes to credit, debit goes to debit. Accruals 475 on the credit because the liability. Prepayments is an asset, goes to statement of financial position. So next step is adding up the figure of P&L and find the net profit or loss. So this is the balancing figure. Because it is on debit side of P&L, so it goes to the credit side of financial position. And then we sum up everything and we see these two are matching, which is magic. If this is two comes out same, then it means you are on the right track. So you have to practice this. For practicing, you need this kind of format because in the book it's not given and it's difficult to make lines. You can make lines in your notebook or it is given in your book. Look on your book at the end. You have photocopyable resources. So here you will find the extended trial balance format. Here it is. This format, you can even print that. Okay, and then try to practice question in this. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions so far? This is how you have to deal with this.
Lots of study will have to.
Yeah, and 5.8 is exactly the same. So try this at home and we will see your queries next week. So you have a lot of things to practice. Go through all of the chapters. See, you can hear the recording as well and then try these questions by yourself. Okay. So that's all for today. If you have any question, then let me know.
When is this exam is due for?
You can do on 15th of December or beginning of January.
15th of December. Well,
Oh,
looks
no,
like
no, no, not 15th, 22nd of December.
22nd. We
Yeah,
have
or,
another month.
yeah, or do it in January if you, as you wish. Okay.
I was scared already.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was scared that it is due for the 15th of December.
Okay. All right. The table is already, Anita wanted to have the table. So you will see the recordings. It is there. Okay. And also, this whole recording is going on the Nova Teachable e-learning as well. So you can find it there also. Okay. And then